truck L3365E?
Correct.
He just said to want to finalize your transaction. Thank you for using TaxNet.
Alright, I'm gonna... Alright, so using Weigh My Truck, it's that simple. I know exactly, I know what my weights are. I am not even out to scale yet. I don't have to go pay for my, scale ticket in order to find out what the hell my weights are. If I find out I need to slide my tandems, I know right away I can just slide them wherever I need them and then get right back on the scale and never even go inside the building. Alright, that's how simple it is. Why people don't use the app, I don't know. It's incredibly simple. And a hell of a lot faster than going inside or having to. Alright, y'all, there are a couple little details here I want to talk about with this that I didn't mention already in the video that you already saw. First, I know some of the time, I've had one person tell me the reason why they don't use the CatScale app is because they want to actually have a physical copy of the weight ticket. Guess what? You can get that even with the CatScale app. But nice thing is you don't have to go inside the building and go use your fuel card and pay for the scale whatever before you even have any clue what your weights are. Now I do sometimes want a paper copy of the scale ticket myself, even though when I do use the app my email account is linked to it, so I do get a copy of the weight ticket or a scale ticket, whatever, sent to my email account. So if I end up needing to use it for, maybe I want to, if I'm swapping loads or something, and I want to show the other driver what my weights were, no problem. I just pull up my email, find the scale ticket on my email, and show the electronic scale ticket to them. And then if I really want a paper copy, that's not a problem, because there are times where I might want a copy because maybe I'm on a load that I'm anticipating maybe possibly dropping in a drop yard somewhere or giving it up to another driver at some point in time and might need to have a use for it. That's not a problem. I still use the app. I pay for it through the app. It's just as quickly as you just saw there. The only difference is instead of me leaving the parking lot, I just go back to the fuel island and go to the courtesy lane, get out of my truck, go to the fuel desk, and tell the person there I have a prepaid scale ticket. Make sure you say prepaid scale ticket, because when you go in there, if you just say scale ticket, they're going to think that you hit the button and interacted with them and I need to pay for it still, and it'll confuse them. So right now you won't need to pay for it because it's already been paid for through the app. Your fuel card is linked to to your account on the app, and so all you have to do is just go in there and tell them I have a prepaid scale ticket, and just say my truck number and or the company name, and they'll locate it. It prints automatically when they authorize your transaction. It's just, half the time it's just sitting in the printer waiting for them to sign when I get in there. And other times they've already signed it and it's already sitting there waiting for me. And then when I go in there, they just find the one that corresponds to me and then just give it to me and I'm on my way. Especially, and then other time if I need to reweigh my load, like say I need to slide my tandems and reweigh, very simple. Now, when you do get the scale ticket, if you do it the traditional way, you have to go inside and pay first, and then after you finish paying, then they'll give you your ticket so you know what your weights are. Then you have to go back to your truck and then slide your tandems, and then go back to the weight of the scale, the CatScale, and and then hit the button again. Tell them they're going to ask you first weigh or reweigh. And you're going to tell them reweigh, and then when you get done with that, they're going to ask you for the 4-digit code down at the bottom of the CatScale that you already have. So, the scale ticket, I should say, that you already have. Then once you've done with that, then they'll process it, and you have to go right back to do that same rigmarole and get back, go park, go back inside the building, go pay for your scale ticket, and then once that's all done, then you finally get your second scale ticket, and hopefully you're right. or you made great adjustments. If you have to make more than one adjustment, it's gonna be a really tedious effort here. And some of you guys are going to, occasionally end up with a load where, maybe you do have to make extra adjustments, even if you know what you're doing, because once in a blue moon, I have to slide my fifth wheel or something along that line. Or maybe you guys were trained improperly and make a certain adjustment thinking that it's the correct amount to move, and it's not the correct amount, and you find out that the adjustment you made is not good enough and you need to make another adjustment, and so on. So, all right, so there's a lot of back and forth going in and out of the building to when you're dealing with these reways. Whereas if you're using the Weigh My Truck app, as you saw here on the earlier on this video, I knew what my weights are before I even got off the scale. And if they were overweight, not a problem. All I would have had to do was just go turn around and then park next to the, maybe next to the cat scale for a minute, go slide my tandems, and then put them where I need them, and then get right back on the scale and go right through the same exact routine that you just saw. The only difference is when I go to do the weigh, it'll actually give me options: first weigh, reweigh, or cancel. And then I just hit reweigh on it, so it only charges me $2 instead of $12, and it'll process exactly like you just saw. Then once it's done there, I get my weights. If they're good, off I go. I don't even have to go in the building at any point in time when I'm doing it this way, unless I want to. If I want a paper copy of it, okay, I can go in there. I can go park and then just go get the ticket. But I don't have to do anything else in there. They just sign it and give it to me, then nothing else. Okay, I can never figure this out. Every time I'm at a truck stop, 9 times out of 10, I see another driver get on that cat scale, and almost every time I see them hitting the button to interact with the weighmaster inside, or the woman the person at the fuel desk. As you see, there's it's a tedious effort. When you have the app up, you do all the process yourself, and then the only interaction you have with the weighmaster is once you've already authorized the transaction or executed the transaction, whatever, and it says waiting for weighmaster, then they get an alert on their system inside, and all they have to do is hit a button. Half the time they don't even say a word to me. Most of the time it's just, I'll just see it change from waiting for weighmaster or whatever to processing, do not pull off scale, and that's it. And then once I see my weights on the phone, boom, I can just get right off the scale and never think a second more about it. All right, so I've also talked to fuel desk people to ask them just how often are people actually using the app. I had one. I went to a couple places where I asked about this. The first one had told me hardly anybody does. I said maybe 10% of the people that they dealt with actually use the app, and the other 90% actually hit the button and have to come inside and pay. The other place I went to, I don't recall where it was, but the girl had told me that about half of them use the app and the other half do not. So I was actually surprised by that, because between what the other woman told me and what I personally see when I'm at truck stops and watching people get on a cat scale, it's kind of shocking how people have, so many people have smartphones, but so few of them actually use this so wonderful app that is so convenient and makes life a hell of a lot faster and easier to complete your scalings. So please, don't be afraid to use the app. It's you see how convenient it is, how fast I get the information I needed out of it, and it was paid for and all that. And make your job easy. I know some of you guys might have some little concern, like maybe privacy or whatever, because you do have to attach an email account to your fuel card or whatever. So maybe somebody else, some of you have a little concern about that, but that's, as far as I know, that's about the worst that you can expect. And sorry, that's gone on for many years. technology, I mean, even before computers were around, companies were getting personal data off of people's credit card information and, whatever, getting it sold to them through from grocers and whatever else for many, many years. Nothing new. You can't stop it. Okay, so don't be so paranoid. Yeah, that's just my thought on that. I obviously I can't stop you from having your own values, but that's my thought on it. Though it's get over it. It is what it is. We all we all like to have our privacy in some ways, but some people get a little over the top on that. So give it a try. Let me know what you think about it. All right. If you at least if you're not familiar with the app, and you're used to going into the to pay for it, give the app a try and see what you think, and share your thoughts. All right. All right. That's all I have. Thank you.